Non-duality is your birthright. You were born to be whole. Obviously, you were. As an adult now watching this video, have you ever held a baby or seen a baby? They're so compelling because they're totally whole. Those little eyes and those little fingers, and they're just complete whole beings the second they're born. A baby takes its first breath and life comes in and wakes up this being of wonder. Well, that's you. You were born completely whole. Something has gone a little wrong where in our society we teach children and we teach each other and we insist that we're not whole. But we totally are. How could we not be? This is how we started out. And one of the things that I like to teach is to take your idea of history and expand it way, way bigger than we are taught in school. This little sliver of time that human beings have been suffering civilization is really small. Before we had that, we were all whole. And this kind of blends into what I was talking about in my previous video about how non-duality is not an attainment, because civilization happened because of hierarchy. We can't all work together in a way that's destructive unless we have a boss telling us what to do, unless we have a king telling us what to do, or a god that's not inside of, well, the gods never really tell us what to do, right? Some guy says, oh, God told me to do this, let's all go do it. Right? It's always some person up at the top of the hierarchy, and let's be honest, it's most often a guy. But the non-dual state itself is your birthright. Humans have lived in this state of unity for 100,000 years, probably longer. Because what's the thing that we use to decide whether or not we're human beings or not? It's like how big our brain is, right? But having a brain that's just a little bit smaller than the one we got today would still have, a feeling of unity, would still have very much the same feeling of being a person that we have now. So I think we can take our human ancestry back 1,000,000 years easily. But we can easily go back to where we started painting things on walls and, being all the things that they say we do as humans. We've had the use of fire for a long, long time. It's really fun watching articles that come out of the world of anthropology, and because they keep moving these things back and back and back. It's like, we had fire for 30,000 years. No, wait a minute, we've had fire for 80,000 years. No, wait a minute, we've had fire for hundreds of thousands of years. Oh my God, they were using fire 1,000,000 years ago. It's like, yeah. We've been brilliant for a really, really, really long time. And most of that history of brilliance has been us living in total harmony with our world. I don't want to say total harmony with each other, because, nothing lives in what our modern sensibilities would want to call total harmony. Things have always eaten other things. I mean, shoot, the natural world, what the thing that comes to my mind is like rams, sheep, boy sheep. Boom, boom, boom. They're always fighting. Why do elk have those big, huge antlers? It's so they can go out there and attack each other and fight over things. One really interesting thing that I read lately was that someone saying human beings are the only animal that actually shares food. Every other animal, I mean, like a pack of dogs, they'll kill something and they'll all go in there and they'll eat together, but you never have bringing back food to somebody else. An animal, a mother will bring back food to the baby for a certain amount of time. Then the baby's got to go out and get it itself. But human beings are really the only ones that just share food. And that is so in our nature to share food. When we get together, what do we want to do, right? Eat. What's the funnest thing to do? Bring somebody something to eat. We love that, especially as women. And there's another thing to realize. I'm talking about non-duality as your birthright, right? Women were always there. Why do we think caveman? Why does everything that we talk about our deep, deep, deep history have to do, well, the hunters were out, blah, 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 blah. Well, it's like we almost think that only the guys were there. And maybe if their women were there, it was just so one, you could get drug around by your hair or maybe you're something that the hunters can be protecting. Huh. Women were always there. Your birthright to be an awake person has always been there since the second you were born. If you're feeling right now that you're not enlightened and you are searching for enlightenment, this is a very temporary thing, because what you're searching for is yourself. You're searching for the birthright of your humanness that you are. You can step into that by stepping into yourself as a full, ripe, blooming human being, alive here, right now, right this moment, right where you are, in your place where you are. Non-duality is your birthright.